Hey everybody, this is Jackie from Jack Gets Lost Down a Book Hole, and I'm going to do what I'm thinking about reading in March. Now, I have a set list of books, but I've sent, there are, three books that I started last month that I have not finished, that I started in February that I'm not finished, I'm going to continue on with, and I bought 5 new books that some of them I'm very tempted to read, like right now. And I'm going out of town to stay with my grandmother for 12 days. So some of those might be coming with me, and I might get a little carried away with my books and bringing more than I should bring. But I like reading. I love reading, so, Okay, so, let me show you the books I'm going to continue with into March. And this is the 3rd book in the Fallen Kingdoms trilogy, Gathering Darkness. I'm going to continue that. I've only gone to chapter 4, but I'm not focused on this one right now. I'm actually more focused on this one. This is The Traitor's Wife, about Benedict Arnold's wife and how she was the woman behind his betrayal of America. And so I'm going to continue that one. I kind of focus a little more on that one. And I'm going to continue this, Roses, which is about a Texas family and how this plantation has kind of ruined their lives and is cursed, metaphorically speaking, of course. It's kind of like Gone with the Wind in its epicness, and it's a book about a Southern family. Although it focuses more on the family, not just one member of the family, Mary, but it focuses on the whole family altogether and the people and their friends and family and extended family members in their lives. So I'm going to continue with this one. I really liked it. I'm going to keep going with it, and the chapters are very short, and it's big print. I love big print. I love when a book is big print, especially a book this big. So those are the 3 that I'm going to bring over to March. Okay, so next, I'm going to read the 3rd book. And actually, one of the 5 books I bought the other day was Winter. So now I can officially reread Cress, now that I have Winter. This is the 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicles series. It's the retelling of the Rapunzel storyline, the Rapunzel fairy tale. Hi, Rascal. Remember, this is my favorite one of the series, and so I look forward to rereading it again. I hope it's still a favorite. I can't wait to read it again, and I can't wait to dive into the Cress and Captain Thorne romance. I love them, as they are my favorite couple over Scarlet and Wolf, who are my second favorite couple, and they are the couple introduced in the 2nd book. I cannot wait to spend more time with them. Oh my god, I love them. They were just too adorable, and I can't wait to reread about them again. So this one might be coming with me as well. Okay, and next, that is the Joy Luck Club. My sister read, this is my sister's book. I remember after reading the book, she bought the movie. She didn't buy the movie, but she rented the movie. And I remember I liked it. I enjoyed the movie, and I definitely want to read this. And this is also, I think it's an Own Voices. If I'm correct in assuming that Own Voices just means you are an author who's writing about, a situation that is the same as your situation. This is about 3 generations of families, from China, I think. And it tells their stories, the stories of the grandmothers, the daughters, and the granddaughters who are now in America. It's about their lives and how they've been, and about their family and what happened to them in China and everything. And I felt like it's about time I get to this one, because this is my sister's copy. And it's just gotten to the point where it's very hard to decide which books I'm going to get rid of. And this is one of those books that I need to return to my sister, so, I need to get on this now and read it. So I'm going to read this one. And then, okay, so, stupid book fell. when I went to visit last time, we went up to see my sister. Not this recent visit, but the last one before that. This is one of the books I brought with me, and I started reading it, but I didn't get very far in it. So, this is another one I want to read, and this one's a little different from my usual. It's kind of a thriller, from what I can tell. This guy is, this journalist. He finds about this woman who committed suicide, and her dad is this famous filmmaker who makes these really scary, creepy films. And so he decides to go investigate, suspecting that her father might have been involved in the girl's suicide. It's kind of a little bit of mixed media, where you get internet articles and stuff, and newspaper articles, and I don't know what else. Although I did hear that some people were disappointed with that there wasn't enough mixed media in here. It was mostly a novelization. But I personally don't care. I mean, I definitely, and it does look, and I just think it's cool that it's in there. So I want to continue with this one as well. I don't know if I'll bring this one with me. I want to read this one. This was one I got from the used bookstore. As you can see, it's not as well taken care of because of all this. But I remember hearing about this, and of course the movie came out with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson, and actually has it on there now, a major motion picture. And I saw this. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not, but I saw it at the used bookstore. And, the fact that I saw it there, in which makes it like $3 or $4, I was like, I'm getting this damn book so I can check it out. And so I bought it, and I definitely want to read it this month. I don't know if I will or not. I mean, there's so many books I want to read this month. And my problem is when I go out of town, whether it's going to visit my grandma or going to see my sister, I have trouble deciding which books to bring. So I end up bringing a whole bunch of books that only one or two of them I actually get to. So, but I am, as I've said before, I'm staying 12 days with my grandma, I think. So I might get to some of these, or I might just have to narrow it down. Okay, next, this is another book. This one is set I think it's right after the Civil War. And about, it's in the aftermath. It's in the aftermath of the Civil War, and it's about this famous general who, it sounds like in the description that he did something bad that garnered him a reputation, and he's looking for a wife who will love him no matter what, and he does find one, and it's about their relationship and how she accepts him no matter what and loves him no matter what. So it's kind of a romance, historical romance. And I bought the author's other book because I saw that one at the used bookstore, and the author of The Widow of the South. So I'm looking forward to reading this, and it'll be interesting to get a guy's perspective, a novel written by a man instead of a female author. And I think my best friend Larissa actually had this book in her room. I don't know why, because it doesn't seem like her type of novel. But then again, I think she's more open than some of my friends when it comes to reading. I think she's like me. So there's that. And also, I finally can get to this last book in the Raven cycle. So I was holding out on reading the Raven, Blue Lily Blue, because I didn't have this one yet, and I asked for this one for Christmas. Now actually all of my books are paperback except for this one, which I'm actually fine with because I like the hardback editions. It's better for me to get the paperback because it's cheaper. But I've gotten into the habit of buying hardbacks now lately. I mean, that one big book purchase, I bought the 5 books. 2 of those books are hardback. So that's why I ended up spending $70. But yeah, I want to get to this one because I decided to wait because I don't like to read the next book in the series right away. I like to take my time with it. So I'm gonna read that this year. I read Blue Lily Lily Blue, I think in January or February. Yeah, in January, according to my handy dandy bullet journal. So I'm gonna read this one this month. Oh, my bullet journal decided to fall on the ground. So yes. So this one might come with me as well. The problem is some of the hardback books are a little heavier, so it might make my bag heavy. And the last, well, I have 3 here technically, but one of them I left here in this little area because I want to read it soon, because again, it's one of those books that I might end up donating to the used bookstore after I finish it, depending how I feel about it after I read it. So I want to continue East of Eden. I read a little bit while I was visiting my sister last weekend. I read a little bit more. I'm on chapter 20. I got to the part when the guy Adam Trask's wife shoots him. He survives, of course, and now he's stuck raising the 2 twin boys. It's really interesting. I mean, the problem is I'm not focusing 100% on the book. So I probably will have to reread it eventually. And I need to fix that. I need to eventually just, instead, when I start reading these books, just focus only on the big books. And don't worry about getting a whole bunch of books read. That's my problem, though. When I start a big book like this, and sometimes I get restless. I don't want to say bored, because I don't want to admit that these books are boring to me, because they're not boring, they're just more slowly paced and oftentimes more character driven. And the plots aren't as exciting as like the Raven Boys or the Lunar Chronicles. They're not like so exciting and high, they're long drawn out plots with very detailed writing. So I definitely need to break that habit and just focus on these books only. And that's the same thing with this next book, The Secret History, by Donna Tartt. I'm reading this one. I've gone a little farther in this one. I'm actually on the second part of the novel. Let's see, book 2. This is divided into book 1 and book 2, so I'm finally on book 2. Chapter 6. I want to continue with this one, so I might bring these. And now I have here. This was something I got at Walmart for like $5.97 or $96. It was really cheap, and my mom was like, "It's up to you," because I always kind of feel like I kind of ask her, but then she always says to me, "It's your money. It's up to you. If you want to spend it." So I chose to buy it because I have a problem every time I see books. It's like, ooh, books, pretty and shiny. I have to get it. Especially if it's a cheap price, and this is kind of cheap. So this is like 2 novellas in one. I might end up getting, and I've actually seen a book by this author at the used bookstore, so I'll be adding another one to their collection once I'm done reading it. Unless that one's already been bought, because I feel like with that bookstore, it's like you have to get it in the moment as soon as you see it, because then it's gonna be bought. It's gonna be gone, because they're not like the commercial bookstores where they have a whole bunch of copies of the same book. They might like have 1, 2, maybe 3 copies of the same book by the same author, but they'll disappear quickly. So you have to buy it as soon as you see it. So yeah, I'm gonna read this novella. I don't know what it's about. I mean, I did read the summary and it sounded interesting, but I couldn't explain it to you. But I think this is one of the more famous fantasy authors. Because it says New York Times best-selling author Stephen R. Donaldson. So if you've heard of Stephen R. Donaldson, let me know and tell me what you think. Yeah, so I'm gonna read that one. And plus it was fantasy, so like it was either between this one or historical fiction, so I decided at that time to get a fantasy book. Okay, so those are the books I'm considering, but of course there are other books like Falling Giants, which is another big one. I might bring with me A Gathering of Shadows, and I might end up buying Conjuring of Light if it's at Barnes & Noble, because it hasn't been at this bookstore. I might get, there's a few other ones I might get. Let's see what else. Let me see, what is that? The five, I might bring one of the five that I got, like the Hazelwood or the Hunted or Cruel Beauty. Probably won't bring Winter with me because I'm reading Cress. There's just so many. I mean, like when I look at my books, there's The Rook. I might bring The Rook because I heard that one's gonna be a TV show. Crooked Kingdom I might bring because I need to read that one. Gone with the Wind I might bring with me. There are just so many books, and it's like when I see them, I'm like, ooh, pretty. I have to bring that book. I have to bring that one with me to read. I have to buy that one, or I have to bring that one with me when I can't decide. I have a problem. But the good news is that I still have time to think about it. But then I'll still have the problem bringing way too many books with me when I go to South Carolina. But Queen of Shadows, I gotta get back to that one. That one's just taking so long to read because I'm not into that one as I was into Heir of Fire. So anyway, what are you planning to read in March? What have you read? Is there anything you're really excited to read right now? Are you like me and don't want to read certain books right away and just revel in the fact that you have them? So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And thank you for those of you who are watching my videos. It's nice to see that I do have viewers because, when I first started making these, months ago, earlier last year, I wasn't sure if people would like what I have to say about books. And, I'm someone who's not as eloquent when it comes to speaking. And I feel like I don't plan these videos as well as I should. And I stumble a lot, but it's nice to know that there are people that are watching and enjoying my videos. So, please continue to do that. And if you think I'm good enough, then to share with your friends. Encourage them to check me out. And if they like me, please subscribe. And if they don't, that's okay too. Right? Well, I am done, and I will talk to you guys later. Right? Bye.